Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. We are live in Park City talking to one of our favorite nonprofits, the People's Health Clinic. And I am joined by frequent guests Beth Armstrong and Amy Armour. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
So let's talk a little bit about, of course, I always like to start with, who is the People's Health Clinic? Because a lot of people hear the name, but they may not be totally comfortable or familiar with what it is you actually provide.
Right. So People's Health Clinic we're a local nonprofit. We're volunteer driven. We provide health care for the uninsured of Summit and Wasatch County. So if you don't have insurance and you live in either county, then you come to us as your health home and we take care of you.
I like that, your health home. That's because it really is all encompassing. I mean, you cover the full spectrum.
We do everything.
You literally do everything.
Everything from dental, vision, well woman, prenatal, you name it, we do it.
From the littlest members, before they're even out, you take care of.
The only thing we don't do is emergency care.
Sure.
But everything after that, we do.
Fantastic. And I want to go right back to how you said you're volunteer based, because it is a nonprofit and we have Volunteer Week coming up, and that is really how you are able to provide all of these services.
It is. Without our volunteers, we can't really open the doors. We're a very small staff, and we have 150 volunteers.
Wow.
40 of those are our providers, so they would be orthopedics that come in. We have chiropractors. Yesterday evening, we had people back getting chiropractic visits with us.
I mean, you've had pediatric dentistry. You've had, I mean, so many people volunteer their time to support you. It's fantastic.
I was actually out in the community yesterday afternoon talking to some of our local dentists, and it's amazing how many of them are so willing to give of their time and their efforts. And whenever they're seeing our patients, they're not seeing their patients. So it really does cost them money.
Absolutely.
So April 24th through the 28th is National Volunteer Month. So if you see a volunteer, or Volunteer Week, sorry. If you see a volunteer, or if you want to be a volunteer, come in and talk to us, and we'll get you signed up and get you feeling good about you giving your time back to us.
And I'm sure there's a lot of flexibility in terms of commitment, and I'm sure you make it very easy for people.
We have people who do as little as coming in once every 2 to 3 months. We have one volunteer that is only here when she's here on vacation, so 2 weeks out of the year.
Now, congrats to that woman who's here on vacation and she does to give her time to you.
She comes in and spends half a day whenever she comes in during her vacation.
That's when you know you're doing good work, when people on a holiday are like, I still want to support you, well, even if I don't live here. Well, and you know, we talk about all the services you offered. One of the main things that we're focused on right now as a community is mental health and moving that conversation forward, providing new resources. It's affected obviously on a national scale, but most recently in the past year or so, it's really hit hard here at home. And Summit County is doing quite a bit. We've had quite a few visitors on the show that are talking about some of the new initiatives and the discussions that are happening and involving the community members in that discussion. People's Health Clinic is part of that as well.
We are. This is one of the most amazing places to live, because all of the nonprofits, there's not competition. We all try and find a way to work together. And the Mental Health Wellness Solutions event that will be Friday from 9 until 2:30 at the Park City Hospital Blair Education Center. Which
is such a gorgeous spot.
Yes, if you haven't been, you should go, even if you aren't really interested in mental health. You should just take a look and to get the snacks. We will be having panel discussions, and I'm moderating one of those discussions, but there will be 4 different panels taking place, great speakers coming in. It's free to the public. And that's just another example of all of the nonprofits that have to deal with health in Park City coming together and putting on an event.
And I saw one of the panel discussions that I think is so brilliant is this is not just experts talking and giving. One of them is actually just personal stories of community members sharing, either personal to them, maybe a child, maybe a family member, but how it has affected their real life.
Right,
and
that's
I think
so
that's
important
so
too, absolutely, because that's what connects people. are those personal stories, and it makes you feel like you're not alone in the world.
There's something so powerful about the Me Too, you know, that I think, and especially moving the discussion forward about what resources should be available to the citizens of Summit County. What better way to find out than to actually ask them, which I think is just such a great concept.
So, and you know that People's Health Clinic provides mental health services. So if you are uninsured and you do want to reach out to us, just give us a call at the clinic at 435-333-1850.
And that's one of the all-encompassing services that People's
That
Health
is
provides. So you always have so much going on. What else, Amy, that we should know about?
So People's Health Clinic goes out into the community to local businesses and presents to their employees just to let them know that we are there as a resource for people in the community. Because I think one of the greatest challenges is that people don't know we're here, and we want all local businesses in Summit and Wasatch County to know that we're here as a resource for their communities, that we provide these vital services.
Well, and I think sometimes people think, well, it's a great organization, but I'm not allowed to use it, or I have to meet some certain criteria to take advantage of it.
The only criteria you need is that you're a resident of Summit or Wasatch County and that you do not have health insurance. That's really it. We ask that you call and make an appointment. Again, 333-1850, area code 435. Just like a doctor's office, call, make an appointment. They'll tell you what to bring. Usually you just bring a driver's license or piece of mail with your address on it, and that's all you need.
And you know, you do ask if it's possible to give a donation, and if it's not, you just walk right on in.
Right.
I can't. As someone who has gone through the gamut of health insurance companies and the whole thing, I can't imagine how refreshing that must be from what would be somewhat of a scary sort of undertaking for people.
Not
just
everybody,
to say, come in, please.
Yes, not everybody has access to health care. So we are there for the people that don't.
I love it. All right,
you.
Beth, Amy, thank you so much for coming up,
You're
waking up
welcome.
early on a Wednesday and coming to see us.
Thank
and of
you.
course, for you who want to support the People's Health Clinic, Volunteer Week is right around the corner. See how you can get involved. You can visit their website, and I'm sure there is a very handy little Donate Now button there as well to support in all kinds of ways. We're going to take a break here on the Mountain Morning Show and be back with Joe's interview with New York Times bestselling author to hear even more tips to how you can be the best version of yourself, all happening right here on Park City Television.